Local 2 Weather Authority forecast with meteorologist John Mayer.
Today is officially the last day of October, and according to the National Weather Service of Midland, we did see some record high temperatures in the month.
They say the lower 90-degree temperatures are unusual for this time. Sometimes that can be attributed to a recent change from El Nino to La Nina.
According to the Climate Prediction Center, it looks like that's probably going to lead to above normal temperatures continuing through the winter months. So I think we're going to expect a little bit more, maybe not heat, but certainly above normal temperatures.
Our National Weather Service recommends that anyone trick-or-treating tonight should stay hydrated, as it could be a very warm evening. But how hot is it going to get? Meteorologist John Mayer is here to talk about it.
Well, I think we all felt it this afternoon. It was certainly plenty warm out there, upper 80s. We did see some 90s over in the Trans
My car said 88.
Yeah, and that's about right. That is where we were for our high today at Midland International, just 1 degree shy of setting another record.
Good.
Just ridiculous. But yeah, at least we didn't set it. That's the good news. But still going to be plenty hot out there into this evening. As you head out doing trick-or-treating, going out to any parties, anything like that, we're going to be in the 70s, but it's going to be the upper 70s out there. It's still going to be plenty warm going into this evening. Certainly going to want to plan ahead. Not quite as bad as what we saw this afternoon, but definitely not exactly talking fall temperatures out there. Fall has been something that we've been hard-pressed to find very much of over the past couple of months, and it continues to be a little bit of an issue for us, at least in the short term. But for now, we are seeing a little bit of a change. Notice these clouds moving in from the west. We're going to start to see a whole lot more of them by the end of the week. Could be looking at some major rain chances coming back into our forecast as well. Certainly going to be something to look forward to later on this week as we start to get that chance for rain back in the forecast. And a big reason why, we've got a cold front just off to the north. And as this starts to drop down into the viewing area, we're going to see some major changes coming our way in the form of cooler temperatures and some of those rain chances in our forecast. So taking this forward over the next couple of days, exactly what are we looking at? Well, it's going to be some clouds to start, and you're going to notice it's sort of an ebb and flow. It's almost like we're seeing the tide coming in off to our east. You get those clouds coming in by tomorrow morning, then they back out, and then again into Wednesday we start to get those clouds back. But once we go into Wednesday, that's when we're going to start to see that front finally approaching us. That cold front dipping down into the northern part of the viewing area, and once it does, enters the northern basin, southeastern New Mexico, that's when we're going to start to see those temperatures taking a little bit of a dip, and we'll start to see those rain chances coming our way really Thursday and then into the end of the week and into the weekend. We could be looking at a lot of wet weather before it's all said and done. It's just going to be a matter of playing the waiting game. Once that front arrives, that's when we get those big changes. So for now, we're just going to have to hold off, wait for that to move through, and once we get to Wednesday afternoon, that front will be firmly planted right in the middle of the basin, and then we get to start to see some of those changes we've been waiting on, and we could definitely use them. There we go, mid to upper 80s. That's what we saw for our highs today. 88 in Odessa, Midland, 87 Lubbock. More of those mid-80s off to our east as well. Still saw plenty of well above average temperatures, just not quite setting any records out there, just barely. Record was 89 back in 1952, and we only missed that by 1 degree. We're definitely close out there, and we're going to continue to see plenty more of that heat, not necessarily lasting too late in the week, but at least into tomorrow as well. Still staying on the warm side out there and just waiting on that front to finally arrive for us. Winds are beginning to pick up as well. Something to keep in mind as you head out this evening. If your costume involves something that's going to be blowing around, you don't want to be a mummy that gets unraveled halfway. So just be prepared, because hey, those winds already double digits across the basin, up to 28 miles per hour over in the Guadalupe Pass, and that's certainly going to be something that sticks with us at least through the rest of this evening. But speaking of those temperatures, what do we have a chance to see? Well, some of those mid-50s overnight, definitely cooling down into Tuesday morning, but then you see those mid to upper 80s, even 90s by tomorrow afternoon. 91 in Gale, 90 over in Big Spring. More of the same along I-20. Some more of those 90s in Barstow, Crane, Grand Falls, and it looks like we're going to get a taste of that along I-10 as well, down into the Trans-Pecos. 60s overnight, and then those 90s, Fort Stockton over into Balmaray. Davis Mountain's a little bit cooler. We're down in the 50s, and then some of those 80s for tomorrow, but still going to be well above average just across the board out there into tomorrow. And the good news is tomorrow is really one of the last days that we're talking about seriously above average temperatures, because you see, we just take a nosedive into the end of the work week, seeing those rain chances coming around Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Get that chance to get a little bit of rainfall and some cooler temperatures, even a chance to see a little bit of fall weather. Believe it or not, we're already at the point where we're going to be changing those clocks back next Sunday. It feels like it just snuck up on us, but there it is. So something else to look forward to as you start to hear the thunder waking you up in the morning. It'll give you a chance to set the clock back too.
Great. Just one more day. Just one. Hey, everybody hang on for one more day.
Yeah, and then the big change, finally.
Finally.
68 looks good.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Let's get that now.
All right, thanks, John.